Let's go back to Michigan. Kareem, thanks for calling the Line of Fire.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I just had a question because I was in your comment section the other day on one of your videos, and this Jewish guy was having an argument with a Christian, and he said this quote that was in the Bible, and he used it against Jesus, I guess, to say that Jesus wasn't the Messiah. And I was just hoping you could clear it up for me.
You bet.
And I could tell you the quote.
Yeah.
Okay. So the quote was Zechariah chapter 13:6, and it says, "And one shall say unto him, What are these wounds in thine hands? Then he shall answer, Those with which I was wounded in the house of my friends."
Right. So the point was that Christians will quote that as a messianic prophecy, whereas in fact, this is an idol worshiper who's being exposed, so that it was actually Jesus being exposed as being idolatrous or something like that. That was the argument?
I think what he was trying to say is that he was explaining that the wounds of the Messiah, like in Isaiah 53, weren't actually from a cross, that the wounds that the Messiah would have received in Isaiah 53 was actually received in his friend's house. And I was just wondering, like, what that meant.
Yeah, first Zechariah 13, that verse is not a messianic prophecy. It's not a prophecy about Jesus being the Messiah. It's a prophecy about someone being exposed for idol worship. That's number one. Number two, Number two, Christians often misquote it as if it's a messianic prophecy, but it's not. Number two, the Hebrew ben yadayim there does not mean in the hands. It means between the arms, so in the back. That's why some Jewish translations and others will translate it, what are these wounds on your back? So it doesn't mean in the hands, okay? It means yadayim there can be hand or arm. It's between. So what's between your arms? It's shoulders, back. So that's what it's talking about. So it's unrelated to that. So very easy to refute that. Now the prophecy or the psalm taken on by the Messiah, Psalm 22, that description there really fits well for crucifixion. And everything spoken of in Isaiah 53 really speaks well of crucifixion. It doesn't have to mean crucifixion, really speaks well of that. And then lastly, the argument in the house of your friends, the Messiah is rejected in the house of his friends, his own people, and does suffer at the hands of his friends who give him over. But Zechariah 13 is sometimes quoted as a messianic prophecy. When you look at the context, it really doesn't work. And then, as I said, in fact, let me just look here in Zechariah 13:6 and look at, let's see, the New Jewish Publication Society version. It translates, "What are those sores on your back?" Another and New RSV, "What are these wounds on your chest?" Okay, why? Because it's between the arms, so chest or back or shoulders. That's all it's spoken of there. But thank you for the question, sir. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right.